We're like destroying our ecosystems. There's species going extinct. We're literally destroying cultures. We're losing languages. We're losing plants. We're losing knowledge. We're losing everything. How can we do anything else but dedicate all of our life and time to trying to fix this and change this and spread this like evangelical? And then I wanted to show solutions, and not because I knew them, but because I wanted to dedicate my life to finding them. And that's where Punta Mona kind of was born. Punta Mona is on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica. You have the Caribbean and the Pacific. We're on the Southern Caribbean, Eastern, Southeastern, almost the Southeastern. We can see Panama. We're right on the border with Panama. The first group, like in 1996, I brought there, we just camped in front of Patty's house. And then January of 97, I bought the property next door, and with the goal of just trying to create solutions and trying to be an example of another way to design things. And that's what it all comes down to, is design, physical design, social design, economic design. How can we design things so that everybody thrives? We thrive, the ecosystem thrives, our neighbors thrive, the animals thrives. Like, why do we have to create like win-lose situations? This is really at the in the essence of design and permaculture, because permaculture, that's what it is a design philosophy. And I'll get into that a little bit. Patty said, boy, if you design things right, all you do is reap. If you design things right, all you do is receive. So yeah, Punta Mona just started growing. I got really into food. My friend Silvio gave me a cutting of this plant called chaya, which totally changed my life, because it was like all of a sudden I was eating fish, yuca, and plantains. And then my friend gave me one cutting and I had unlimited steamed greens, just from one stick, and all I could think about, and it radically changed my life. So I started thinking, wow, there must be so many little sticks that I could get that would radically improve other people's lives. So Punta Mona became a real incredible leader. And with Punta Mona, the goal was we wanted to really create an example of like a physical way of doing things differently, from like the way we built our buildings from fallen trees, to the way we collected water, the way we dealt with wastewater, to the way we, all the things that we were doing. Our electric was all solar. And then we're off the grid. Like I was telling you, like there's no road to get there. You have to hike for, an hour and a half, or you have to take a boat, 25 minutes. So yeah, we wanted to be a physical example, but we also wanted to be like a spiritual and social example of how we could do things differently. We wanted people to walk through our portal and truly feel something profound. Like, wow, what is this place? And I knew I wanted to do more. Punta Mona was an amazing start. It was an incredible retreat center, education center, but we need to do more. What about families? What about our elders? Like, how can we really create an ecosystem, that really, just upgrades life on Earth? And the vision was to merge all the things I was doing at Punta Mona, the food and the intention and the permaculture with community. Like, how can we merge where we live with what we eat? And so now in this community, there's 45 families living here from like 22 countries, and there's 45 children in the school that the parents co-created, called Casa Sula. And then 3 years ago, we bought 170 acres next door that's called Alegria Village, and that's about to be 140 more families. We've already sold lots to people from over 20 countries. We've learned a lot of lessons at Ecovilla that we're incorporating there. We're going to have a restaurant and a health food store and a lot more agriculture land. And it's part of a bigger vision that's called 1001, redesigning the earth 1,001 hectares at a time. 1,001 hectares is like 2,400 acres. And so it's this kind of whole replicable model, which includes conservation, reforestation, regenerative agriculture, community, education, ecoversity, and the school, Casa Sula, and the high school that we're starting a high school now, and merged with food processing and cooperative business and an event space, so kind of like what you experience at Envision, so people can come and experience what we're doing. And then it's kind of like the before and after of your life. Like, wow, I will never go back to living in my suburb. I will never go back. It really trickles down and boils down to criteria. Like, what is your criteria? Like, get really, really clear. Like for me, this land, like I had very clear criteria. I had been living in Costa Rica 20 years already, or, 15 years. And I knew that I really, really thought about it. I knew after my experiences in Punta Mona that I wanted to be closer to San Jose. And then when I'm talking criteria, okay, how close? Write it down. How flexible are you? How give or take will you go off that number that you put? So I put an hour. I said, I want to be an hour from San Jose, from the airport, not San Jose, but from the airport. I want to be within an hour to the beach. I want to be between 400 and 700 meters above sea level because I like the climate for farming and for living. I want to be able to lay naked on big hot boulders and get really leathery sun and then roll into a crystal clear pool of water that I could drink.
Yeah.
This is my dream. This is my criteria. I could put anything I want there. And then I could put stars next to the ones that are non-negotiable. Like if it doesn't have a river, I don't want it. If it does, if it's an hour and a half, okay. But you just get really clear on your criteria. And then the last bit of criteria that I would really recommend for everybody is I really wanted to find land that was already completely degraded so I can come in and regenerate it. You don't want to move to land that's pristine because then how are you going to live there? You want to find land that you can come in and by living there, you're going to heal it and make it better. So that's I think the first thing that's the what. That answers the what. The next real important question is the who. It's like, who do you want to do this with? How do you find, a lot of times people think, oh, I just want to do it with all my best friends. Maybe it's not your best friends. Maybe you got to make new best friends, and make sure that it's kind of like in your company. If everyone is like a chief marketing officer, what a freaking crazy company it'll be. You need different personalities. In Costa Rica, in permaculture, we call it a guild. You want to create a guild of people that could really, when you have a big vision, you need the right team to drive it. So you need all the different kinds of skills. So that kind of covers the who, the what and where is kind of criteria. And get really clear on the why. Like, why are we doing the things that we are doing? The thing about my kind of vision for community birthing community is bringing together the best core team that I can. And my team right now for Alegria is incredible, just to say it flat out. I'm blown away by my team. And it's to put together the best team I can, put together a vision that's very well thought out, and then invite people into it. Eventually, at a certain point, the whole thing gets taken over by an HOA. But by that point, a lot of the macro decisions have been made. Like, where's the communal buildings going? If you try to bring 140 families together and you want to make those decisions together, it's going to be a shit show, and I don't want to be a part of it. So with Ecoversity, and just to give a plug, we teach online permaculture courses for anybody that's out there, and we're about to, tomorrow, we're launching our second one. We had 217 people from 27 countries in our current permaculture course. I have to, this sounds so crazy. I've been teaching live permaculture courses 3 times a year for the last 20 years. And I would say nothing has been as thorough as this online one, because we have guests. Next week, we have David Holmgren as our guest.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Permaculture. I mean, we're working with Paul Stamets, and we have all these just amazing people coming on, and it's over 6 months rather than jammed into 2 weeks. Cancel your Amazon Prime. Cancel right now. Cancel.